What if the vegetables you've been eating your whole life, those same ones you thought were keeping you healthy, were actually speeding up aging in your legs, your brain, and even your immune system? For many older adults, that's exactly what's happening. And the worst part? Most people don't even know it. Welcome to Vibrant Living After 60, your trusted guide to aging with strength, clarity, and confidence. I'm Dr. Mark Hemsley, and today's video could change the way you look at so-called healthy vegetables forever. We were all taught that vegetables are always good for you, and generally that's true. But once you're over 60, things shift. Blood flow slows down, inflammation ramps up, and your body doesn't absorb nutrients like it used to. Suddenly, certain vegetables can do more harm than good. Some spike your blood sugar, others irritate your gut lining, and a few, surprisingly, may damage the tiny blood vessels in your brain and legs. Over time, that can lead to poor circulation, brain fog, balance issues, and a much higher risk of falls. One study from the Journal of Aging and Health found a strong connection between certain vegetables and faster decline in both memory and mobility. And these aren't exotic foods. They're probably sitting in your kitchen right now. But don't worry, this isn't a fear-based video. This is about smart solutions, because for every vegetable you might need to cut back on, there's another that can help you thrive. Today I'll show you the 3 vegetables to avoid, especially if you care about your legs, your brain, and your independence, and the 3 vegetables you should embrace to boost circulation, protect your nerves, and move with ease every day. This isn't a fad diet. It's real science. And it's about making wiser choices for a stronger, clearer, more independent you. I've seen too many seniors eat what they thought was healthy, only to feel weak, dizzy, or forgetful. And the issue often isn't what's missing, it's what they didn't realize they should stop eating. So if you're ready to find out which vegetables may be silently hurting you, and which ones can help you feel your best, stick with me. We're starting with one of the most misunderstood vegetables on the senior plate, the white potato. White potatoes, a comfort food that may be silently weakening your legs. Let's begin with one of the most familiar and most comforting foods found on the dinner tables of older adults across America, the humble white potato. Mashed, baked, or fried, white potatoes are the stars of many meals. They're cozy, they're nostalgic, they show up at nearly every family gathering, but after age 60, this beloved comfort food might be doing more harm than good, especially to your legs, your brain, and your circulation. Hi, I'm Dr. Linda Carter, and welcome back to Graceful Aging Daily, where we uncover the hidden truths about everyday foods and how they affect your body as you age. Today, we're taking a closer look at a food most people never question, the white potato. Now, don't get me wrong, potatoes aren't inherently evil, but white potatoes in particular have a very high glycemic index, meaning they break down quickly into sugar once eaten. That rapid spike in blood sugar may feel harmless, but it sets off a chain reaction in the body. First comes the spike, then a sharp drop, leaving you tired, inflamed, and craving more. Over time, this cycle puts incredible strain on your blood vessels, especially the tiny capillaries in your legs, feet, and brain. This contributes to poor circulation, numbness, cramping, and even balance problems. If you've noticed your legs feeling heavy, your feet going cold, or your mind feeling foggier than usual, your daily plate might be playing a bigger role than you think. Take Harold, for example, a 72-year-old retired truck driver. For decades, he ended every day with a plate of mashed potatoes. It's just what I've always eaten, he said. But then things began to change. He started waking up with stiff knees. His feet felt cold and tingly. Walking upstairs became harder, and he had to grab the railing just to keep steady. At first, he blamed it on age. But during a routine checkup, we reviewed his eating habits, and the pattern became clear. It wasn't just aging, it was inflammation. And his nightly bowl of buttery mashed potatoes was a big contributor. But it's not just about sugar or starch. It's also about what white potatoes are missing. Unlike colorful vegetables like spinach or red cabbage, white potatoes lack antioxidants. Their pale color is more than cosmetic. It signals a low level of protective nutrients that help defend your cells from stress and aging. And when you add butter, sour cream, bacon, or cheese, things get even worse. Now you're piling on saturated fat and sodium, which can raise your blood pressure, strain your heart, and slow down your circulation even more. The good news? Harold made one small change, and it made a world of difference. He swapped his mashed potatoes for steamed broccoli. Within 2 weeks, he felt less stiffness, better circulation, and more confidence on his feet. This isn't about giving up the foods you love, it's about finding smarter, healthier swaps that still bring comfort, but also support your body as it changes with age. You don't need to say goodbye to warm, filling meals, just be more intentional with what's on your plate. So the next time you reach for white potatoes, take a moment, ask yourself, is this helping my legs stay strong or quietly making them weaker? Because aging well doesn't mean giving up joy, it just means choosing food that loves you back. Eggplant, beautiful on the outside, trouble on the inside? And welcome back to Golden Years Nutrition, where we dive deep into the foods that help or quietly harm your health after 60. I'm Dr. Susan Myers, and today we're talking about a vegetable that's elegant on the plate, but maybe stirring up more trouble than you realize. Eggplant. At first glance, eggplant looks harmless, even fancy. Its deep purple skin and soft texture make it a favorite in casseroles, stir-fries, and grilled veggie dishes. But for many older adults, especially those dealing with joint pain, nerve sensitivity, or stiffness, eggplant may be doing more harm than good. Why? Because eggplant belongs to a plant family known as nightshades, which also includes tomatoes, bell peppers, and white potatoes. While some people digest nightshades just fine, others, especially people over 60, can become increasingly sensitive with age, and that sensitivity often shows up in your joints, nerves, and lower back. The real culprit is a natural chemical called solanine. Solanine is a compound plants produce to protect themselves from insects and predators. But in the human body, it can act like a mild irritant, particularly in tissues that are already vulnerable, like aging knees, hips, or the lumbar spine. The tricky part, solanine doesn't cause dramatic symptoms. Instead, it slowly wears down your comfort over time. You may notice things like morning stiffness, heavy legs, or stairs that feel steeper than they used to. Not because your muscles are weaker, but because your body is inflamed and not moving the way it should. It's frustrating and often misdiagnosed as just getting older. In reality, it might be your dinner. Eggplant appears in a lot of meals without drawing attention. It's baked into lasagna, folded into stews, or roasted as a side dish. You may not even think twice. But solanine may be silently triggering low-grade inflammation in your joints, slowing nerve communication and weakening the signals between your brain and legs. This can lead to delayed reflexes, poorer balance, and a higher risk of stumbling or falling, things no one wants to deal with, especially as we age. Now here's the good news. You don't have to swear off all nightshade vegetables forever. If you suspect eggplant might be part of the problem, just remove it from your meals for 2-3 weeks. Pay attention to how you feel. Are your joints a little looser in the morning? Do your legs feel lighter? Are you walking with more confidence? If so, your body's giving you an answer, loud and clear. Once you've identified eggplant as a trigger, it's easy to replace. Instead of that purple vegetable, try zucchini, carrots, steamed greens, or cruciferous veggies like Brussels sprouts and cauliflower. These nutrient-packed options are gentler on the body and filled with antioxidants that support joint health and brain clarity. This isn't about restriction, it's about precision. You're not cutting foods for the sake of it, you're choosing foods that help you move better, think sharper, and enjoy the life you've worked so hard to build. As a doctor, I've seen too many older adults live with aches, stiffness, and balance problems, never knowing the solution was right on their plate. Sometimes healing starts not with a pill, but with a pause, a moment to ask, is this food serving my body or silently working against it? So the next time you prepare a meal, take a second look at that eggplant. It may look harmless, but if you're dealing with stubborn joint pain or unexplained fatigue, it might be time to let it go. Green bell peppers, healthy looking, but are they helping or hurting? Welcome back to Thrive After 60, where we explore the surprising ways everyday foods can impact your health, especially after retirement. I'm Dr. Emily Rhodes, and today we're shining a light on a colorful vegetable that may not be as innocent as it looks, the green bell pepper. It's crisp, it's bright, it's a staple in salads, stir-fries, and sandwiches. But if you're over 60, and especially if you struggle with joint pain, digestive issues, or nerve discomfort, green bell peppers might be quietly causing more trouble than you think. Let's talk about why. Green bell peppers contain a natural plant protein called lectin. Now, lectins are nature's defense system. Plants use them to protect themselves from pests. But inside the human body, especially an aging one, lectins can be a bit too aggressive. They tend to stick to the lining of your gut, making it harder to absorb nutrients properly. Even worse, they can irritate the intestinal wall, potentially creating tiny openings that let unwanted particles slip into the bloodstream. This can trigger something known as leaky gut syndrome. When this happens, the immune system jumps into action, leading to low-grade inflammation throughout the body. And where does that inflammation often show up? In your joints, nerves, and digestive system. Here's the tricky part. This inflammation is subtle. It builds up slowly. You might feel stiff ankles in the morning, or notice your balance feels off. Maybe you're feeling foggy, bloated, or more tired than usual. And sure, it's easy to chalk it up to aging, but sometimes it's not age. It's the accumulated stress from foods your body no longer tolerates well. And green bell peppers, despite their healthy reputation, could be one of them. What many people don't know is that green bell peppers are simply the unripe version of red, yellow, and orange bell peppers. They're cheaper, more common, but they also contain higher levels of lectins and fewer antioxidants. That deep color you see in ripe peppers, that's not just for show. It means more nutrients like beta-carotene and vitamin C, which help fight inflammation and protect your cells from damage. Now, does cooking green bell peppers help reduce the lectins? Slightly, but not enough, and most people will eat them raw or lightly sautéed, which means those irritating compounds are still active when you take a bite. And so, should you stop eating green bell peppers completely? Not necessarily, but if you've been dealing with aching joints, frequent bloating, brain fog, or balance issues, it might be worth doing a simple experiment. Cut out green bell peppers for 2 or 3 weeks, then observe. Do you feel clearer, lighter, less stiff? If so, that's not your imagination, that's real feedback from your body, and it's telling you what it needs. The good news? There are plenty of gentler, tastier alternatives. Try switching to red, orange, or yellow bell peppers. They're naturally sweeter, easier to digest, and packed with anti-inflammatory nutrients. They don't just add color to your plate, they add value to your health. The takeaway here isn't to fear your food, it's to understand it. Your body changes with age, and your meals should too. What worked in your 40s might not work in your 70s. And that's okay, because now you have the power to make smarter, kinder choices. Choices that help you move with ease, think with clarity, and live with more energy. So the next time you're prepping that salad or stir fry, consider swapping that green pepper for something a little brighter. Your joints and your gut just might thank you. Carrots, the unsung superfood for sharper eyes, stronger legs, and a safer step. Welcome back to Better Days Wellness, where we share simple science-backed food choices to help you stay strong, steady, and independent as you age. I'm Dr. Michael Lane, and today I want to shine a light on one of the most underrated heroes in your kitchen, the humble carrot. We often think of carrots as a crunchy side dish, a school lunch snack, or something to toss in a stew, but carrots are more than just colorful and convenient. They're powerful tools for protecting your eyes, legs, and even your brain, especially for adults over 60. Let's start with your vision. Carrots are packed with beta-carotene, a bright orange antioxidant that your body turns into vitamin A. Why does that matter? Because vitamin A is crucial for maintaining healthy eyesight, especially in low light or at night. As we age, the risk of macular degeneration increases, making it harder to read, recognize faces, or drive after sunset. But here's the good news. A diet rich in beta-carotene can slow down that decline, helping you stay visually alert, independent, and safe. But carrots don't stop at the eyes. They're also incredibly good for your nerves and blood vessels, particularly the small ones that serve your legs and feet. As we age, oxidative stress can start damaging the tiny nerve endings and capillaries that help control movement and coordination. That's where carrots step in. Their antioxidants act like bodyguards for these delicate systems, helping you stay balanced, avoid falls, and feel more steady on stairs or uneven sidewalks. In fact, one of the biggest risks for older adults isn't disease, it's falling. A missed step, a shaky moment, or a delayed reaction can lead to serious injury. But when your nervous system is well nourished, your brain and muscles communicate better, that means faster reflexes, stronger legs, and better balance. There's another bonus you might not expect, a stronger immune system. Vitamin A doesn't just help your eyes, it also supports your body's natural defenses. After 60, your immune system isn't quite as fast or fierce as it used to be, but beta-carotene helps strengthen it, preparing you to fight off seasonal bugs, infections, and inflammation. So that handful of baby carrots isn't just a snack, it's an investment in resilience. Now, let's talk about how to get the most out of your carrots. Steaming is better than boiling because it helps preserve nutrients. Roasting them with a little olive oil boosts your body's ability to absorb vitamin A thanks to the healthy fat. But try to avoid frying or overcooking. Too much heat can destroy the very antioxidants you're after. Here's the best part. Carrots are affordable, easy to store, and available all year long. You don't need exotic, expensive superfoods to age well. Sometimes the smartest choices are right there in your produce drawer. So whether you enjoy them raw with hummus, lightly roasted with dinner, or blended into a warm soup, know this. Every carrot you eat is helping you see clearer, walk stronger, and stay safer. At the end of the day, healthy aging isn't about radical diets or hard-to-find ingredients. It's about the small daily choices that support your body from the inside out. And carrots, they just might be one of the smartest, simplest steps you can take. So go ahead, I have a few. Your eyes, your legs, and your future self will thank you. Broccoli, the quiet superhero for aging strong. Welcome back to Stronger After 60, where we share simple ways to stay sharp, mobile, and independent without relying on expensive supplements or complicated diets. I'm Dr. Janet Hayes, and today we're putting the spotlight on one of the most underestimated vegetables in your kitchen, broccoli. It's not flashy, it doesn't have the trendiness of kale or the Instagram glow of avocado toast, but when it comes to aging gracefully, broccoli is a quiet superstar, especially for your legs, joints, brain, and circulation. So what makes this humble green veggie so powerful? One word, sulforaphane. Sulforaphane is a natural compound found in cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, and it's one of the most studied plant compounds for healthy aging. Why? Because it activates your body's internal detox system, reduces cellular inflammation, and protects your heart and brain on a cellular level. This matters more than ever as we age. After 60, chronic low-level inflammation starts to creep in. It's linked to everything from high blood pressure and memory loss to stiff joints and sluggish muscles. But sulforaphane steps in as your natural defense shield, helping your body stay in balance before damage begins. And broccoli doesn't stop there. It's loaded with vitamin K, calcium, and fiber, a dream team for older adults. Vitamin K helps keep your bones strong, calcium supports your posture and mobility, and fiber aids digestion, keeping your gut healthy and your energy steady throughout the day. Now let's revisit our friend Harold, the 72-year-old retired truck driver we met earlier. For years, Harold ended every dinner with mashed potatoes. They were comforting, but they also contributed to his inflammation and poor circulation. Then he made a small change. He swapped that nightly bowl of potatoes for 1 cup of steamed broccoli. He wasn't sure it would make a difference, but within 2 weeks he noticed something surprising. His knees felt more stable, the swelling in his legs started to ease, he had more energy, and as he told me, I'm not afraid of stairs anymore. That's the power of choosing the right vegetable. But the benefits don't stop at your joints and bones. Broccoli is also a brain booster thanks to its rich supply of antioxidants, folate, and plant-based nutrients. It helps protect against oxidative stress, the kind that slows down your thinking, clouds your memory, and affects coordination. When your brain and nerves are supported, your reflexes stay sharp, your balance improves, and you feel mentally clear and confident. Now, a quick note on cooking. Don't overcook broccoli. Boiling it until it's mushy destroys the sulforaphane you're trying to get. The best way? Light steaming or a quick sauté with a splash of olive oil. That not only preserves its nutrients, but also improves the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins. For Harold, that one simple shift from heavy starch to smart greens wasn't just about dinner, it was a game changer for his energy, confidence, and overall well-being. No pills, no gimmicks, just a fork and a smart choice. So, if you're looking to protect your joints, brain, and circulation, and maybe walk up those stairs without holding your breath, consider adding broccoli to your plate. Not because it's trendy, but because it works. It's simple, it's affordable, and it just might be the green key to staying strong and steady well into your golden years. Summary: the power of a simple vegetable choice. Today we explored something most of us overlook, the vegetables we eat every day. Some are quietly working against your legs, memory and balance. Others are doing the exact opposite, protecting and empowering your body. Here's the recap. After 60, limit these. White potatoes. They spike blood sugar, fuel inflammation, and weaken circulation. Eggplant contains solanine, which can irritate joints and slow nerve signals. Green bell peppers, high in lectins that disrupt digestion and trigger hidden inflammation. Instead, enjoy more of these. Carrots, great for vision, brain clarity, and nerve communication. Broccoli fights inflammation, strengthens bones, and supports healthy blood sugar. Spinach boosts circulation, sharpens reflexes, and protects your eyesight. Each small change may not seem like much on its own, but together they shape your strength, mental clarity, and ability to stay independent. Got to think about Harold at 72. He thought stiff knees and poor balance were just part of aging, but a simple shift, trading mashed potatoes for broccoli, adding carrots and spinach to lunch, changed everything. In just a few weeks, he was thinking clearer, walking steadier, and feeling more like himself again. You don't need expensive supplements or complicated diets. You need clarity and consistency. Every bite is a vote. For strength, energy, independence, or for weakness, inflammation, and decline. The best part, you get to vote again every day. So tell me, which vegetable surprised you the most today? Was it one you eat often or one you've been missing out on? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read them all and would love to hear from you. If this video gave you something valuable, please like it, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe to Thrive Beyond 60. Don't miss the next tip on staying sharp, strong, and free at any age. Remember, you are not stuck. Your body is still listening, and with every smart choice, you're saying something powerful. I'm still here, I still care, I still want to live well.